Alright, so this is the top of the world in my Terraria world. I haven't finished the painting yet, but this is Kami's Lookout, or it's going to be eventually, and I have a couple more things I want to build. And then this is Corn's Tower. I'm not really sure how I'd build the tower for the cat at the moment, but here's the town. The little protective wall. If you saw my first video, this used to be dungeon blocks, but with the new PC patch, they looked awful. So we have the little storm lightning rod going on for the Frankenstein guy. I'm trying to make him a little thing, and we'll go to that in a moment to get a better look at it. But at the top we have a ballroom, and I like the new music boxes. I wasn't into it at first, but because it kind of ruined my aesthetics. I had like all the boxes placed, and they were black and white. But the boxes look pretty good, so I think it's a good direction. And I tried to make a Mistborn scene, try to recreate it with the ballroom. And we have the Witch Doctor's room, which I'm not quite happy with yet, but I haven't figured out what to do with it yet. And then we have the tie-dye guy, which needs a little bit more. I haven't figured out what to do with it. I originally wanted to put all the banners in his room, but there are way more banners than there are space, so I had to redesign the house a little bit to get that to work. The gun guy's house is looking pretty good so far. I'm trying to get like a America Patriot kind of vibe going, and he has a little gun range. And ideally this would make the little target come back and forth, but it doesn't really do it. The artist room, I need a couple more doors to finish the top piece, and I haven't gotten all the chests yet because I can't get the blizzard key to drop. But I kind of want to put a few more chests in there, mix the vases, and then get a couple more doors to finish that. And he has kind of a dryad obsession going on. Over here we have the party girls room. It's a bunch of pink slime. I think that one turned out pretty well. And then we have the throne room. I think there's some new armor that came out in the recent patch, so I might have to update this. And the kitchen is pretty much the same, but the aquarium is a little bit better. I made a fancy restaurant kind of deal going on. And we can make fish spawn. Unfortunately, it kind of swarms the greenhouse if I leave it on too fast. And this is turning out pretty well. The Dryad's house basically is a big tree fort. And we have the Wizard's house, which I'm still building up a little bit. I want to get a couple more candles for his crystal ball. But the potions looked pretty good. And the merchant's house is pretty much the same. This is my workspace, and here is the robot guy. I'm trying to make kind of like a lightning rod to power him up. It didn't work quite as well as I hoped, so I might have to redesign that a little bit. The fashion guy is mostly the same, except the catwalk is a little better. I have all the clothing in here set up. So kind of a little organization going on. When this isn't really painted, this is before the PC patch, so I had to design it to like basically put little blocks in the background and then have other blocks in front of it. It was really tedious, and I didn't do it right at first. And down here we have the hot chicks room, like in Upright Citizens Brigade. If you turn on the thing, the women appear and the door is shut and the party lights go on. Then the gallery's over here, and the goblin's room. He has his own little battle standard. And then the engineer's room, and I can get her to have blinking lights like she says she wants. And the switches are pretty cool. You can do a lot of stuff with it. And I have this door set up so that it automatically opens and closes when you walk in and out. Then we have the operating theater for the nurse, and then the explosive merchant. He's building a giant bomb in the house, the big one. And then storage. To the left we have some gardens I'm working on. And they aren't in bloom. But this is one of the reasons I'm not really working on the gardens too much, is trying to get this stuff to bloom. The water seed takes forever, so it's kind of tedious and not quite as fun. And then we have a pyramid going on down here. I'm trying to recreate Bender's pyramid and having like a robot party going on. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the next floor though. And over here we have the vault. I haven't put a sign up there to say like what number it is, but basically it's a protected vault. But since all vaults aren't really designed to protect people, but to create social experiments, and I'm talking to vault like from Fallout. So this vault has a forbidden door, do not enter, and if you do enter, the monsters spawn. I got to put in a couple more statues to make this a little more intimidating. But then the door locks on you, so basically if you ever go in the forbidden door, you get murdered. We'll lock the vault on them. Alright, and then we have a couple projects I'm working on. Oh, I forgot about these two. So in this tower is the guide's tower, his bedroom. This is the cafeteria. Has the fireplace, the serving line, the tables, and then down here is the bathrooms, and each one has a stall. And then this is kind of an engineering classroom. This is an armor classroom. This is just a general classroom. And down here we have a study library area. And this harvest moon is going to totally ruin everything, or blood moon. Alright, up here we have the spaceship, which is where all the teleporters are. Basically, I like playing around with stuff. This is a Adventure Time reference. And so I'm trying to build like a giant thing of supplies in case there's ever a disaster. The next adventurer has a much easier time. I'm going to put like health stuff in here and all the materials. And then down here I'm building a underground daybloom farm. And they aren't in bloom because it is nighttime. Alright, and on this side we have the pirate's thing. He has a butterfly sanctuary and a bunch of glass at the top. Then his treasure room. This room is not currently in use, but I'm still kind of working on it. The bathroom, I don't have a very good idea. The living room area looks pretty good so far in the bedroom. I'm enjoying the dungeons, going pretty well too. Made a bunch of little monster customizations. Then here we have like the pumpkin farm. And then below that is the sunflower farm, or sunflower farm. And then above that is the blink roots, which are really annoying when you have this armory equipped because they keep basically picking them for you, like knocking down all the blink roots. And this used to be my favorite biome before the patch, because this is how I would get rid of the corruption. But now it's the most annoying biome because of these stupid little spitters that can shoot through the wall. So I've been thinking of trying to put like a wall in the background so they don't spawn. But I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it alone. And then here is the library and the observatory. And this is the pirate ship for the steampunk chick. I need to fix the little paint there that got messed up. The weaponry, oh, that's the tiller button. The blueberry farm, oh, and the fountain, which everyone probably wanted to make as soon as they saw the PC update. But as you can tell, this used to be how I was going to get rid of the corruption, and you had to build something there to make sure you get everything. So, but now that there's the Glenaminator, you don't really need to do it. There's one more project I want to look at. Basically, I'm going to go down to the underworld, and I'm currently trying to freeze over the underworld. And you probably can't see down here because my video gets cut off, but at the bottom I have a bunch of ice, and that gets... I'm probably not going to finish this ever because hell is pretty insane. Like, but it's a pretty good proof of concept. And the way I've been getting rid of the lava is I just kind of pump it up here. Though now that buckets are stackable, that's probably one of the easier ways to do it as well. It's just a bunch of buckets. That is basically the current project. So there's a couple other things I'm working on, trying to rebuild the world and get all the biomes from the new update in. I have no idea how I'm going to get a spider nest in, or the stylist. I'm hoping that a new patch adds in like a way to add in spider nests, but that's my Terraria world for now. So this is just an update. Hopefully I can put up another one when I get some more stuff done.